Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us. Okay, I'm back, and of course, we're talking to Bryan Platt with Jackson County Right to Life, and we want to get an update on how you can stop your dollars paying for abortions in the state of Oregon. Bryan, nice to see you again.
Thank you, Perry.
What's the deal? Where are we with the petition drive?
Okay, so just in hard, cold facts and figures, the deadline is May 11th, Mother's Day. Okay, and of course, we're talking to a number of different counties here right now, and so I've got a rundown. Jackson County, we're at 25% of our goal. Josephine County, bless their hearts, 52% of the goal.
Good.
Curry, 23%, Coos, 18%, Klamath, 45%, Douglas, 17%.
Okay.
Obviously, room for improvement.
Wow.
Statewide, 23%, 33,000 signatures. The goal is 150 so that we can weed out duplicates and errors and things. So halfway through the signature gathering process and about a fifth of the way through getting the signatures.
All right, folks, this is serious business, and this is an opportunity. The petition does what?
Okay, so as Perry had said, in Oregon, you and I as taxpayers, we're paying for approximately 11 babies to be killed 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's an unbelievable thing through the Oregon Health Plan. This is not federal Medicare, Medicaid, whatever that is. This is through the Oregon Health Plan. That's about 4,000 babies' lives every year, and we have no choice. So the goal here is to place in the Oregon Constitution an amendment which says that no tax funds will be used to pay for abortions except when medically necessary or is dictated by federal law. I mean, there's some things that they have to put in there or it'll be found unconstitutional immediately. So the idea is that we remove our contribution to the killing of these children. I guess in a way we could say it's giving us the choice. If we want to go out and pay for someone's abortion, we then have the choice. Right now we're obligated to do it. We have no choice. This will not stop abortion in Oregon. Okay, these women who currently are taking advantage of and using the Oregon Health Plan to get abortions can find other sources of funding, presumably. Okay, so this may not be the end-all as far as abortion in Oregon, but we have no restrictions on abortion in this state whatsoever. That's a cue for you to pick up the chart.
Let me demonstrate this. I don't know if our camera guys can pick this up, but this is a chart in the for the states that have restrictions. Oklahoma being the best, obviously has quite a bit. No reason, no wonder why they tried to attack Oklahoma in the last couple of months.
There you go. Exactly right.
And you come on down, all the way down at the bottom. You can't really see it here with this camera shot. If our cameraman could zoom in, but they're off to coffee now. Oregon, no restrictions. Absolutely no restrictions. So that's why this is so important.
And Perry even goes farther than that. And if you dive into the laws in Oregon, Oregon has in place a law that the legislators designed after Roe v. Wade was put into place at the national level, at the federal level. They actually put a law in place in Oregon now where if Roe should ever be overturned, Oregon becomes even more liberal with respect to the allowance of abortion than it is under Roe v. Wade. Of course, Roe v. Wade, probably don't have time to get into all that, but Roe v. Wade essentially made abortion legal through all 9 months of pregnancy. Now, the third trimester, the Supreme Court allowed for some exceptions. That's where these come in. It has to do with things such as waiting periods, limits on insurance coverage. I mean, there's 10 different categories here where the Supreme Court would allow for some restrictions to be placed. Oregon has none. And even worse than that, they actually went back, and there's language in Oregon's laws that would indicate that minors, unemancipated minors under the age of 15 even could legally challenge and get an abortion without their parents' permission. So we're off the chart as far as being liberal as far as abortion goes.
All right, folks, we got to get these petitions signed, and this is a big job in a short amount of time, and we've been working on this for quite a while. And how's it going? What do people need to do?
Well, yeah. Get these? So we've got a bunch of ideas. I mean, there's a lot of ideas out there. You know, the first thing is, folks, can we just remember to pray for this effort? Let's just pray for this effort and pray for these women who feel like their only choice in life is to take the life of their baby, and then they find out later that that was about the worst thing they could have done. Beyond that, I feel like, and it doesn't matter what county we're talking about right now, I feel like the signatures that we need to fill this pile of signature sheets up are sitting in the pews of our churches. I really feel that strongly. So we need church involvement in this. We need the church leadership to sign on to this, to give permission to the congregants to get involved in the signature gathering in the foyers of their churches before and after the services for a few weeks. We have volunteers that would be happy to help with that if there's any issue of manpower availability. So we need to get into the churches. If you have a church that you're attending and you haven't seen this petition being circulated in your church, give me a call. Go online to the Oregon 2014, Oregon2014.org website. There's all kinds of connections that you can make there to make sure that your church is contacted and we get permission from the leadership. But let's get into the churches.
Let me make one point there, Brian. Folks, you need to know this is totally legal. Pastors, this is totally legal. You can do this. This is 100% legal. So let me encourage you to get behind this and allow somebody, appoint somebody in your church to be the point person to stand in the foyer for the next several Sundays and get these things signed.
A couple other really easy one. Be a friend on Facebook for Oregon2014.org. I don't really understand that, but I understand that the more friends you got, it's kind of like this thing, stuff just starts to happen, you know, so I did it and then somebody told me I didn't even do it right.
Yeah,
so,
well, hang
you know,
in there.
yeah. So anyhow, but be a friend of Oregon 2014 on Facebook. Another one is Jeff is producing, one of the chief petitioners is producing giant field size banners to place on highways. So if you own property on a well-traveled highway or know someone that owns property on a well-traveled highway, if you would let me know, we can get out there. We'll take care of installing it. We'll take care of removing it. But it's about getting the message out that this is even happening, because most people are in denial that this is even going on in the state of Oregon. They just can't believe that this is happening. So I think that's a biggie.
Well, the other part of this, folks, if we can get these 116,000, actually the 150,000 signatures or so, get this on the ballot in November, this is going to be a huge midterm election. Normally, midterm elections aren't that big, but this is going to be a big one just because of the national issues. So the turnout's going to be really significant. So really, this is the one that we want it to be on coming up in November.
Well, and strategically, we know that the homosexual movement has got a petition apparently already with enough signatures on there to challenge our marriage amendment in the state of Oregon. They got the signatures to challenge the marriage amendment. So there is, this is a huge spiritual battle. I mean, that's really what this is.
Yeah.
You know, we see it every month when we're down there picketing at Planned Parenthood. People just can't believe what we're trying to tell them about what's going on in this state with abortion. So no doubt about that. So I guess it's just, again, it's take some ownership of this. We've got a stack of sheets here a mile high that need to have signatures on them. When that stack is gone, Perry, we have successfully completed the mission.
Really?
Okay, so we've got to see that stack dwindle. I've got them at my shop. You can get them online. You can even sign yourself on, well, you can't technically sign online, but there's a button that says sign the petition online, and you print out one page with one line, put a stamp on it, mail it into Jeff, and let's get that signature in.
All right, we have some here at the Dove as well if you want to come by. But let me just encourage pastors, would you prayerfully, let me ask you this. Challenge you to do this. Would you pray about this particular issue in one prayer setting? Just say, Lord, what would you have me to do about getting involved with this petition drive to stop taxpayer-funded abortions in the state of Oregon? And then if you feel led of the Lord, then get somebody in your church to head this up. Call Bryan and his crew. Let that person become the point person. And for the next several Sundays, get somebody in the foyer of your church, maybe 2 or 3, get them going, and sign this thing, and let's get these signatures in.
And if anybody has a few bucks laying around, I think Jeff honestly is funding almost this entire thing right out of his own pocket.
Really?
And there's a place to donate there. And I mean, I think $10 would help Jeff out.
Okay, do that as well. Okay, Bryan, so the website is Oregon2014.org.
Right, 2014.org, yep.
Your number to get a hold of you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, 541-821-4773. It's my cell. Probably go to voicemail, but I'll get back to you.
821-4773. You have petitions here. We have them here at the Dove. You got them at your shop, and they can go online and do one at a time there. So let me encourage you to do that. And then it has to be, the deadline is?
Well, the deadline is Mother's Day. I mean, that's what we're shooting for. And Lord willing, and people participating will be there with time to spare.
Okay. All right. Thanks, buddy. Hang in there, pal.
You're welcome.
Okay. We'll see you next time.